Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 13, chapter entitled The Stealing of the Boys and the Calves by Brahma. Text number 19. Please repeat. Yavadvatsapavatsak. Maybe book. Yeah. Yavadvatsapavatsakalpakavapur yavatkarnangriyadikam. Yavadvatsapavatsakalpakavapur yavatkarnangriyadikam. Yavadyashti vishanavenu yavadvibhushanambharam. Yavadyashti vishanavenu yavadvibhushanambharam. Vibhushanambharam. Yavachila Vayo Yavadviharadikam. Yavachila Vayo Yavadviharadikam. Sarvam Vishnumayam Girongavadaja Sarvasvarupo Bhabau. Sarvam Vishnumayam Girongavadaja Sarvasvarupo Bhabau. Yavadvatsapavatsakalpakavapur yavatkarnangriyadikam. Yavadyashti vishanavenu yavadvibhushambaram. Yavachila Vayo Yavadviharadikam. Sarvam Vishnumayam Girongavadaja Sarvasvarupo Bhabau. Yavadvatsapavatsakalpakavapur yavatkarnangriyadikam. Yavadyashti vishanavenu yavadvibhushambaram. Yavachila Vayo Yavadviharadikam. Sarvam Vishnumayam Girongavadaja Sarvasvarupo Bhabau. Yavad vatsapavatssakalpaka vapur yavad karangryadikam. Yavad yashti vishanavenu yavad vibhushambaram. Yavad shila gunabhidakriti vayo yavad viharadhikam. Sarvam Vishnumayam Kirongavadajas Sarvasvarupo Bhavau. Yavad Vatsapavatssakalpaka Vapur Yavad Karangryadikam. Yavad Yashti Vishanavenu Yavad Vibhushambaram. Yavad Shila Gunabhidakriti Vayo Yavad Viharadikam. Sarvam Vishnumayam Girongavadajas Sarvasvarupo Bhavau. Matajis. Yavad Vatsakalpaka Vapur Yavad Karangryadikam. Yavad Yashti Vishanavenu Yavad Vibhushambaram. Yavad Shila Gunabhidakriti Vayo Yavad Sarvam Vishnumayam Sarvasvarupo Bhavau. Yavad Vatsapa. Exactly like the cowherd boys. Vatsaka Alpaka Vapuhu. And exactly like the tender bodies of the calves. Yavat Kara Angri Adikam. Exactly to the measurement of their particular varieties of legs and hands. Yavat Yashti Vishanavenu not only like their bodies, but exactly like their bugles, exactly like their bugles, flutes, sticks, lunch bags, and so on. Yavat Vibhusha Ambharam, exactly like their ornaments and dress in all their varied particulars. Yavat Shila Guna Abhida Akriti Vayaha, their exact character, habits, features, attributes, and explicit bodily features. Yavat Vihara Adhikam, exactly according to their taste and amusements. Sarvam, everything in detail. Vishnumayam, expansions of Vasudeva Vishnu. Gira Angavat, voices exactly like theirs. Ajaha, Krishna. Sarvaswarupaha Babao, created everything in detail as himself, without any change. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON. Translation. By his Vasudeva feature, Krishna simultaneously expanded himself into the exact number of missing cowherd boys and calves, with their exact bodily features, their particular type of hands, legs, and other limbs, their sticks, their bugles and flutes, their lunch bags, their particular types of dress and ornaments placed in various ways, their names, ages, and forms, and their special activities and characteristics. By expanding himself in this way, beautiful Krishna proved the statement Samagra Jagat Vishnumayam. Lord Vishnu is all pervading. Purport. As stated in the Brahma Samhita 5.33, Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayavvanam Cha. Krishna, Parabrahma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is Adyam, the beginning of everything. He is Adi Purusham, the ever youthful original person. He can expand himself in more forms than one can imagine. Yet he does not fall down from his original position, original form as Krishna. Therefore he is called Achyuta. This is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sarvam Vishnumayam Jagat. Sarvam Khalau Idam Brahman. Krishna thus proved that he is everything, that he can become everything, but that still he is personally different from everything. Matstani Sarva Bhutani Nachaham Teshavastitaha. This is Krishna, who is understood by Achintya Abeda Tattva philosophy. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Krishna is always complete, and although he can create millions of universes, all of them full in all opulence, he remains as opulent as ever, without any change, Advaitam. This is explained by different Vaishnava Acharyas through the philosophies such as Vishishtadvaita, Vishuddhadvaita, Vishishtadvaita, and Dvaitadvaita. Therefore, one must learn about Krishna from the Acharyas. Acharyavan Purusho Vedaha. One who follows the path of the Acharyas knows things as they are. Such a person can know Krishna as he is, at least to some extent. And as soon as one understands Krishna, Janma Karma Chame Divyam, Evam Yoveti Tattvataha, one is liberated from material bondage. Tyaktva Deham Punarjanma Naiti Mameti Sorjuna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swami Nityanamine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yavad Vatsapa Vatsakalpaka Vapur Yavad Karnangryadikam Yavad Yashti Vishana Venu Dalashik Yavad Vibhushambaram Yavad Chila Gunabhidakriti Vayo Yavad Viharadikam Sarvam Vishnumayam Gironga Vadaja Sarvaswarupo Babhav. By his Vasudeva feature, Krishna simultaneously expanded himself into the exact number of missing cowherd boys and calves, with their exact bodily features, their particular type of hands, legs, and other limbs, their sticks, bugles, and flutes, their lunch bags, their particular types of dress and ornaments placed in various ways, their names, ages, and forms, and their special activities and characteristics. By expanding himself in this way, beautiful Krishna proved the statement Samagra Jagat Vishnumayam, the Lord Vishnu is all pervading. Hare Krishna. So here continuing to hear the Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 13, where Brahma is stealing the calves and cowherd boys. And here we see the description how Krishna, by his own energy, by his Vasudeva feature, as Shukadeva Goswami mentions here. So he has expanded as many cowherd boys and calves were missing or were taken by Brahma. So he expanded that many forms as cowherd boys and calves. And we see very nice description is being given in this verse and how Krishna expanded himself. This is very detailed explanation which we cannot find in any other scripture than Srimad Bhagavatam. So that we can see here how Krishna, even for the sake of pastime, so how he has expanded himself. Very beautiful description. If you see the even Sanskrit, so it's all very nicely given in this verse. So everything, exact number of cowherd boys and calves, and exactly like their bodily features and their particular type of hands, legs, and other limbs. Everything was as we saw in this verse. So everything Krishna expanded exactly as it was, and not only that. So he manifested the boy's nature and also the voice, also the qualities. So it's all only the Lord can do. We cannot imitate, or actually we cannot be ourselves time to time that we see. But here we can see Lord perfectly how very nicely he has done this pastime, and it's a very amazing thing. Not now we see the description how Krishna is expanding as cowherd boys and calves. But there's another amazing thing also, how Krishna has created everyone. That we should, at the first place, we can understand that. Like we see lakhs and lakhs of cowherd boys were there with Krishna, and lakhs and lakhs of calves were also there. But not only cowherd boys, but any living entity we take, we see in this material world there are many living entities. Okay, if we take only the human beings, there are millions, but every living entity has an individuality. All, every human being has a different voice, different nature, different qualities, different form. Sometimes acharyas give this explanation that you take a tender coconut, both look same, but you see carefully, there'll be some difference even in them. Though the color is same, the shape is almost same, but there'll be some sort of difference in them. So like that, if you see, what a beautiful creation. That's why the acharya sing that srishti maduram. It's very beautiful creation what Krishna has done. So everyone is different by nature, by voice, by, we can, when we call someone, we identify them with their voice. No, or sometimes, even we'll be inside the room, someone will be walking in. Sometimes we can even find who is coming by their steps, how they walk. So it's all very particularly designed. So it's a very very kind of amazing thing that we can see in this world, even among ourselves. And yeah, not only that, if we take the plants, animals, trees, so it's all completely amazing how we can understand this universe. It's actually very difficult. So Krishna has created such an universe, such a amazing creation, and for him to take I mean to Xerox, to take a photocopy of whatever he has created previously, it's not so difficult for him. But it's amazing. It's a question of the pastime we relish. So it's a very beautiful pastime what Krishna has done here. Actually, like last Janmashtami, we were planning for the drama, right, for the Damodar Leela. But before that, we were thinking of making this Brahma Vimohan Leela. So that time we thought there will be many challenges how to make this into the motion. So that time when I read all these descriptions, we thought it's not possible for us. Even though we keep the same boys on, like it's very difficult to enact this pastime to make it, in the motion. But Krishna does very easily. Even we cannot even act in that way, but Krishna can do in reality. So that's we see here, and many amazing points. Srila Prabhupada it's in very short purport, but still many points Srila Prabhupada has given. First of all, he is quoting from Brahma Samhita, so saying that Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha. This many times Srila Prabhupada has quoted this, and yeah. So before actually we enter into this purport, many times actually Srila Prabhupada quoted one another thing from 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, saying that there is a difference between Kshetra and Kshetrajna. So this is that we can see how Krishna is knowing everyone. So Kshetra means this body, and Kshetrajna means the soul within the body. And Krishna is saying that I am actually in Bhagavad Gita is saying Sarva Kshetreshu Bharata. I know all the living entities. So I reside in each and every living entity's heart. So Prabhupada is saying this is the difference between the normal living entity and the supreme living being, the supreme person. So we are Kshetrajna, but only we know this body. But Lord is Sarva Kshetreshu Bharata, means He knows all the living entity's body. What is their nature, what is in their heart, what is their mind, what they want, everything the Lord is knowing. So that is the difference between the Anu Atma and Vibhu Atma. So Lord is Vibhu, so He knows everything. But we are Anu, we know only what is happening within our body. So we cannot understand others. And moreover, if we see actually in detail, we cannot even know properly what we want. Actually, what is our need, what is our need, that also we cannot know properly. So what is happening in our body, that also we don't know what's actually exactly what's going on in our body. To some extent, we can know, okay, I am feeling hungry now, or I want to take bath. So some extent we can know what is our body. But that is also, it's not within our range to understand what is our body, how it's working. That also we cannot control. But here in Prabhupada, many lectures he explained this difference between Kshetrajna, two kinds of Kshetrajna. One is Sarva Kshetreshu Bharata, and other is V Kshetrajna, the soul, who is only knowing to some extent of his own body. So that is the difference between the living entity and the supreme person. So amazing point we can see here, how Krishna is being a Kshetrajna in everyone's body. So how he is knowing everything. So when Srila Prabhupada is saying this statement, and he often quotes this verse that Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hridesha Arjuna Tishtati. So Lord is seated in everyone's heart. So as a Paramatma, He knows everything. So what is happening in the creation? So Lord is knowing everything. So in fact, if you see the whole cosmic picture, so there is first of all the Karnodakashai comes. So then what happened? Each and every universe is created from his pores of the body. Yashaika Nishvasita Kalam Athavalambya Jivanti Loma Vilaja Jagadandanata. So Brahma is saying from his Vishnu's body, all the universes is being created. And Vishnu enters as a Garbhodakashai Vishnu. So the Shastra says that, so for the Karnodakashai, or for the Karna ocean, or the whole creation of the material structure, so Karnodakashai Vishnu is Paramatma. So whatever is happening within that, so he is knowing everything. And Lord is expanding the material universes, and he is entering as a Garbhodakashai Vishnu. And as a Garbhodakashai, so whatever is happening in particular universes, so he is knowing as a Paramatma being residing in that particular universe. And not only that, as a Kshirodakashai Vishnu, so he is entering into each and every atom of the universe. So again, that is also explained in Brahma Samhita as Andantarastam Paramanu Chayantarastam. Andantara koti paramanu chayantarastam. So Brahma is saying that, so Lord is, situated in each and everyone's heart, even in atom. So he is there, he is residing in even in atom. So Lord is there, and that is actually the quality of the soul. We read from Bhagavad Gita, um, like Atma's quality is sarvagata. So he is everywhere. Atma is everywhere, and for the body, without Atma, it cannot move, it cannot do anything. And for the soul, without Paramatma, so soul cannot actually function. So Paramatma is everywhere. So he is also Sarvagatam. So that's what this verse is explaining, that Sarvam Vishnumayam. So everywhere the Lord is. So how he is everywhere? So how he is residing in the creation? So he knows everything. So because he is everywhere, so he knows everything. So again, there are many verses, many quotations from Vedas proving that how the Lord is everywhere and how he knows everything. So how he knows everything? Because he is everywhere. That's the point. And how he is everywhere, that is mentioned in Vedic scriptures like Purusha Suktam. Even in Bhagavad Gita, it's also mentioned. So Purusha Sukta says that, very first verse says that Sahasra Sirisha Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad Sabhumin Vishwato Vritva Atyatishtat Ashangulam. So he's saying that uh, Lord has thousands of heads, thousands of hands, thousands of legs, thousands of eyes. And with that, he is provided all over the universe. So we cannot find any place where we cannot see the Supreme Lord or his energies. So that is what the Sarvam Vishnumayam Jagat. And in Bhagavad Gita also Lord very clearly says, Sarvataf Pani Padam Tat. So everywhere there are my legs and hands. Pani Padam. Pani means hands and Padam means legs. And Sarvatokshi Shiromukam. Sarvataha Akshi means eyes. Everywhere there are my eyes. So I see everything. So nothing can be hidden from the Supreme. And Sarvata Shrutimal Loke. So I hear everything, whatever is happening in the universe. And Sarvam Avritya Tishtati. Everything is actually residing in me. So that is what the Lord's position. And he has a Paramatma, he is seeing everything, he is noticing everything, and also he is sanctioning everything as a Upadrishta and Anumanta. So here the Lord is also residing in each and every cowherd boy's heart and each and every calf's heart. So Lord knows what is actually their nature and what are their qualities, how they look like. Even we may do some mistake, but Lord can never do such a mistake. And actually there was very nice instant what happened, proving that, realizing the devotee realizing that Lord is everywhere. So once from this happened in one of our acharya's life, that he is a Vyasa Tirtha in Udupi. So he used to reside in Udupi, and there were many disciples for him, and one among them was Kanakadas. So some would have known about him. So actually very interesting pastime happened that, so some were actually, they were like caste brahmanas. Kanakadas is from actually Shudra background, but he is a pure devotee of the Lord. So he approached for initiation. He wanted to get knowledge from Vyasa Tirtha. So he approached him. But other disciples, they didn't want to accept him. But anyway, so Vyasa Tirtha had a test. Okay. So he gave a banana to each and every disciple. And there were few disciples, and also to Kanakadas. He said, okay, you should eat this banana. But one condition is that you should eat where no one sees you. No one should be there. Okay, that is the condition. And you eat where no one is, and you report it to me, where did you eat this banana. So then all the disciple accepted, and Kanakadas also went. So first disciple went inside the caves where even the air cannot go in. So he tried to go there and eat. And second disciple, he said that he went inside the water, and no human being could see him, and he ate the banana. And third disciple one said that he went somewhere inside the mountain, top of the mountain where no one could see him. So he were, many were, giving various kinds of answers. So at last there was this Kanakadas, who he came and he returned the banana to Vyasatirtha. So all the disciples actually mocked at him. He can't even eat, where no one could see him. So this much he can't do, what he will do, and kind of, they couldn't understand him. So Vyasatirtha himself he asked, okay, why did you return this? Why didn't you take this? So then Kanakadas said that, see, I went everywhere inside the cave, as they mentioned. I also went. I saw, inside the water or within the cave. I went everywhere, but I couldn't see even a single, portion of place where the Lord is not situated there. Lord is there within my heart. He is traveling with me everywhere, and wherever I go, even within the cave, He is coming. And how can I eat this banana when He is seeing me? So then, actually, the disciples understood that that's the point. Even Vyasatirtha wanted to explain that the Lord is everywhere. We can try to hide in so many ways, but He is everywhere. So that's the quality of the Lord, and devotee understands this. Not no, we there are now the whole crime happens because the person does any bad activity, knowing that or assuring that no one is seeing him. But in creation of the Lord, actually many people are watching us. The directions are watching us. The sky is watching us. The stars, moon, sun. At last, Paramatma is watching us. So everything is being seen. You cannot hide anything. So a devotee understands this. So that's the point. Like the Lord is situated in everyone's heart. So He is there. And Srila Prabhupada, that's why he is emphasizing this point of Sarvam Vishnumayam Jagat. So everywhere the Lord is there. And He is proving in many pastimes. If we see in Narsinghadev pastimes, so He is there in pillar. And He is there in even in atom. So He is residing. So the Lord is proving. And also, that's what Srila Prabhupada is saying. Sarvam Vishnumayam Jagat, Sarvam Khalo Vidum Brahman. So he is saying, Krishna thus proved that He is everything. That He can become everything, but still He is personally different from everything. So again, Srila Prabhupada is taking to another point. So though the Lord is knowing everything, He can become everything, and He does it also, but at the same time, He is different from it. He is not affected anything from this material world. So, and Srila Prabhupada is quoting this verse of Machstani Sarva Bhutani Nachaham Teshavastitaha. So this is from Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter. So again, very interesting thing. This is the 4th verse of Bhagavad Gita. One second. Yeah, this is 4th verse. Maya tadam idam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina. So he is saying, so this world is created by me, and jagat avyakta murtina. In my unmanifested form, I provide all the universe. Everywhere I am present. And machstani sarva bhutani nachaham teshavastitha. So here he is saying that, so all beings are in me, I am not in them. That's the verse. So before explaining this, the context in which it is explained that, so first verse of second verse of 9th chapter is explaining that Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam. So this confidential knowledge I am going to explain to you. It's very Guhyatamam. It's very confidential, and also those who are non-envious, those who are devotees, only they can understand. And next verse, third verse, Krishna is explaining that, but Ashradadhana Purusha Dharmasyasya Parantapa Aprapyamam Nivartante Mrityu Samsara Vartmani. But those who are faithless, Ashradadhana Purushaha, so they cannot understand what I am going to tell. So after telling this, immediately Krishna is saying that Maya tadam idam sarvam. This is the verse Krishna is explaining. So this is the secret of actually the creation. So he is saying that, so in my unmanifested form, I am there within the entire universe, and every living entity are in me, but I am not in them. So Matstani Sarva Bhutani. So when Srila Prabhupada is explaining this verse in the next purport, I mean fifth verse purport, Srila Prabhupada is explaining that Matstani Sarva Bhutani should not be misunderstood. So all the living entities are on the Supreme, the Lord. So Srila Prabhupada is giving the example of this Atlas. So Atlas carrying the globe on his shoulders. We see in that cycle brand, the Atlas is carrying the globe on his shoulders. So like, it's very heavy, but somehow he's managing. So Prabhupada is saying it's not like that. So it's not, Lord is not struggling like that Atlas. So he's maintaining whole creation by his energies. He doesn't have to do anything personally. So then, then Krishna is actually giving an example of Yata Kasha Stito Nityam Vayu Sarvatra Gaha Mahan. So he's saying that as air is blowing everywhere, we see everywhere there is air, but still it's all resting on the sky. So like that, there are many living entities, but they are all resting on me. So this is a very important point. We may think, we are independent, we can do so many things without the knowledge of the Supreme. But, air can go, like that cow. Srila Prabhupada used to give that example of that cow. If it is been tied, so it can be independent only within that, that circle. It cannot go beyond that. So like that, the Krishna is giving about the example of air. So it can go everywhere. Even we try to close, our hands, or try to capture some air within the cup, or try to avoid the air. But wherever we go, we cannot be without the air. But still, it's all resting on the sky. So that's what Krishna is explaining. And after explaining this, that's the main verse he's explaining that. So Nachamam Tani Karmani Nibadnanti Dhananjaya Udasinavat. This word is very important. So I don't personally have to do anything within this material world. So everything is done by my own energies. Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate. Parasya shaktir vividaiva shruyate. And Lord is creating this universe. So even though He has created this universe, He is not affected, or He is not attached to that universe. He is completely detached from that universe. Udasinavat. So that's the verse Srila Prabhupada is explaining. So through His energies, Lord is everywhere, but at the same time, He is actually no need for Him to be personally present. And again, Prabhupada in the purport, he is giving the example of king. There's a law everywhere. Everywhere there's a law, even for traffic or whatever we do in this world, there's a law of a government, law of a king. So there's a law, but there's no necessity of the king to be present everywhere. So the law is taken care. So same way, so Lord is creating everything through His energies, but there is no need for the Lord to be personally present. So that's what Srila Prabhupada is saying in this purport also, that. So this is to be understood, and this is the philosophy of Achintya Beda Beda Tattva. So the Lord is simultaneously there, and He's not there also. He's there by His energies. At the same time, He is eternally residing in His own abode. And every day, every moment, He is enjoying the beautiful pastimes with His devotees. So that is the philosophy. And for the Lord, this material world is again very, very minute thing. He is not attached to it. Udasinavat. So that's what Krishna is explaining. And after this verse, so he is explaining Maya Dyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam Hetunanena Kaunte Jagat Viparivartate. So this verse we know, famous verse. So by my direction, so this whole cosmic creation is working under my direction. So Krishna is taking care of everything. So He knows everything, but at the same time, He is completely away from it. So this is the philosophy. And He is very, He doesn't have to take anything from this material world. He is having everything. So again that Udasinavat. So that's the Lord. That is his position. Even small thing if we have, we are attached to it. But Lord, even though he has so many energies, so many things, so many creation, he is least bothered with all this material creation. So basically, that's the achintya quality of the Lord. And the whole material creation is like a trina or like grass for him. Know that why this point came is that, so there's a shloka from Niti Shastram. So he's saying that nisprihasya trinam jagat. So one who is desireless, for him the whole world is like a grass. You can't do anything with the grass. What we can do much. So nothing we are going to have achieve with that grass if we take. But for a desireless person, so whole world is like that. I mean material desires. If we have spiritual desire, that is different. So Lord is having only the spiritual desires, no material desire. So for him, whole world is like again the grass. Nisprihasya trinam jagat. So jagat, this world is like a trinam, becomes like a grass. So that's the thing Srila Prabhupada is explaining here. And Lord is creating all this universe. So and how it is being created. So again Srila Prabhupada is quoting a verse from Ishopanishad that Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. So Krishna is always complete, and although he can create millions of universe, all of them full in all opulence, he remains all opulent as ever without any change. So though millions of creation takes place from his body, he creates many universes, but still he is Purna. So he is fully independent also, and that's what again this is showing the quality of the Lord. Sometimes we hear from, there was one of the bogus spiritual master wanting to instruct his disciple, and he has given all his power to his disciple. At last, he became empty. So this is not like that. So Lord, when whatever he's creating, it's also with full of opulence, and he is remaining as opulent as ever he was. So that is the difference between the supreme and the living entity. So and Srila Prabhupada is saying, so he is unchangeable, Advaitam. And this is the philosophy. It's been explained by various sampradaya, various acharyas. We see from Vishuddhadvaita, I mean Shuddhadvaita. So this philosophy was explained by Vishnu Swami, first sampradaya. So then came Visishtadvaita. So this is by Ramanujacharya. Then Dvaita Dvaita came by Madhvacharya or Nimbarkacharya. I think Nimbarkacharya. Then Dvaita came by Madhvacharya. So this is the perfect philosophy. So explaining the Lord, he is unchanging. So even though many universes come from him, he is supreme as he was before. Again, this verse, Srila Prabhupada is saying that Achyutam, this word Achyutam. So Achyutam means infallible. So that meaning we heard from Bhagavad Gita, and also Srila Prabhupada is giving the meaning here. So though many universes come from him, but still he doesn't become empty. He is not fallible. Oh, I have created many universes, I have lost my power, now I'm fallen down. That's not the case with the Supreme. So he is Achyuta. So whatever creation takes place from him, but still he remains as supreme as he was before. So that's why Srila Prabhupada is explaining this name called Achyuta. So and I mean, if you want to explain about the Lord's attribute, even just for the creation, there's so many things we can explain. But anyway, so the Lord is always independent, and he is full of his energies, and for him there is nothing impossible to do. So he can do everything. And Srila Prabhupada is concluding this purport by explaining that Acharyavan Purusho Vedaha. If at all we want to understand Lord to some extent, at least to some extent, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here. So then we have to take shelter of the devotees, spiritual master. So then again Srila Prabhupada is quoting the verse of Janma Karma Chame Divyam. So because uh, by knowing the Lord's pastime activities and his transcendental activities, so then we can tektva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorja. We leave this body, then we can attain the supreme and doesn't have to come back to this material world. And for that we have to take shelter of a devotee and understand Lord's pastime and his various energies and how he is all pervading. So then we can get the supreme knowledge and attain the supreme also. So that's what Srila Prabhupada is explaining. So in this verse, I mean, just before concluding, I just wanted to tell that even in our bookstall we have this coloring books. Okay, so in coloring books, at the last page, if you see, there is a game. So they give a picture, and there is a two pictures. Okay, and we know that find the 10 differences between the picture. We would have played all these games, but yeah, in coloring book we can find, but not with this gopa, where Krishna has manifested himself. We cannot find even one difference between the gopas and the cows and calves where Krishna has expanded himself. So that is beyond our range. So we can match the difference in coloring books or our paintings, not with this actual reality what Krishna has done here. So there's no difference at all. So that's Krishna. So I'll stop here. Any question, comments, anything to share?